Hello, 7th graders. So today in Lesson 20, we will be learning about the Puthankur community, again in communion with the Catholic Church. In this lesson, we will talk about the introduction, the effort for reunion under the leadership of the Malankara Synod, the leadership of Mar Ivanios, the sanction for reunion, the erection of the Malankara Catholic hierarchy, and the community of the Malankara Catholic Church. In the previous lesson, we talked about the slanting cross oath which took place on January 3rd, 1653. Two communities were formed at that time, the Pare Gutikar with Bishop Parambil Chandi Katanar, who followed the Eastern Syrian liturgy allegiance to the Pope of Rome, and the second community was the Puthankur, or the Jacobites, under Bishop Archdeacon Thoma, with the Antiochian liturgy, allegiance to Jacobite Bishop of Antioch. Schism started in the Kerala Church with the slanting cross oath that took place in 1653. Efforts for reunion started since 1653 and continued for about 300 years. The reunion under the leadership of Mar Ivanios fulfilled the reunion efforts to a certain extent. In all the reunion efforts, there was special attention to safeguard the individuality and the spiritual patrimony of the Malankara Church. Vattascheril Mar Divanasios visited the Syrian Catholic Metropolitan of Baghdad to seek the possibility of reunion with the Catholic Church. Later, he received a letter from Ephraim Remani, the Syrian Catholic Patriarch. In continuation to that, Vattascheril Mar Divanasios invited to Paramala Mar Basilios Geevargis Catholicos, Geevargis Mar Gregorios, and Mar Ivanios of Bethany, and entrusted them to discuss and decide on further matters. The synod held at Paramala deputed Mar Ivanios to negotiate with reunion. Mar Ivanios made correspondence with Patriarch Romani. The efforts for reunion becomes vibrant with the leadership of Mar Ivanios. Mar Ivanios was convinced that the reunion with the Catholic Church was necessary to restore real peace to a church, which was going through splits and litigations. Mar Ivanios submitted the first memorandum to the Apostolic See of Rome with the approval of the Synod of the Malankara Syrian Orthodox Church. There were two conditions proposed. One, to safeguard their ancient liturgy, rite, and religious practices. And two, to receive them, giving jurisdiction to the bishops over all the Syrian Jacobites who got reunited. After this, Mar Ivanios was continuously in contact with Rome. A favorable decision came from Rome for reunion in July 1930. Rome gave assurance that the Antiochian liturgy would be sanctioned and that bishops would be received into the Catholic Church with their official status. However, the court litigation on Vattipanam was decreed in favor of Metropolitan Party. With this, many who stood in favor of reunion retracted. Mar Ivanios and Mar Theophilos stood firm in their decision, accepting the call of God for the reunion of the Church. Mar Ivanios and Mar Theophilos, along with 20 other professed, left the Bethany Hills on August 20th, 1930. Mar Ivanios, Mar Theophilos, Father John OIC, Deacon Alexander, and Kililatu Chaco made the profession of faith before Right Reverend Dr. Ben Zigar, the Bishop of Quilon, on September 20th, 1930. Thus, the efforts for reunion began from Mar Thoma I, fructified. Mar Ivanios visited Pope Pius XI in 1932 and submitted a memorandum for the growth and development of the new movement. The formal proclamation instituting the Malankara hierarchy took place on June 11, 1932, through the decree Christo Pastorum Principi. The Archdiocese of Trivandrum and the Diocese of Tiruvalla were formally established. Mar Ivanios was appointed Metropolitan of the Archdiocese of Trivandrum, and Mar Theophilus as the Bishop of Tirula. The desire for Mullingar Church to come in communion with the Catholic Church, preserving the Antiochian liturgy and common traditions of the Mullingar Church, fructified. The reunion is the event by which a part of the Puthangur community, which was severed from the Catholic communion with the slanting cross oath, regained Catholic communion. The members of the church who regained the communion are known as the Mullingar Catholics. Today, the Mullingar Catholic Church has on its rolls 12 eparchies, or dioceses, and 14 bishops. The reunion facilitated to come to unity with the special grace of the Holy Spirit, removing split and difference, and to bring joy, peace, and prosperity in the church. Here's your verse for today. That they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us. John chapter 17, verse 21. Let's review your questions for this lesson. Explain the leadership Mar Ivanios gave for the reunion. And describe the establishment of the Mullingar Catholic hierarchy. Here's your activity for this week. The Mullingar Catholic Church started with 5 members on September 20th, 1930. Currently, we have 12 eparchies or dioceses and 14 bishops. Do a search to find the eparchies of the Mullingar Catholic Church and the bishops that lead each eparchy. All right, 7th graders, that's all for Sunday School today. Don't forget to do your activity and review your lesson. Have a wonderful and blessed week. Bye.